So here we are in Chinatown, San Francisco. Pretty amazing, actually. So what's the point of this? Well, since I won't be traveling to China anytime soon, although I get a lot of citations of my literature from the Chinese, maybe I'm a Maoist. But the question here to ask is China a rising threat for the United States? And this is an important debate. And I'm going to choose one theory, since I don't have that much time and we're entering Chinatown now, is the question is China a threat? And the theory is offensive realism. Realism has been stressed by Kenneth Waltz as defensive, meaning states are defensive. Mearsheimer took it into another area, saying states are offensive. Offensive realism, meaning they expand. So China is expanding as the United States did with the Monroe Doctrine, Iraq, Afghanistan, etc. So if offensive realism is true, that states just don't defend themselves, that they actually expand when they can, like China in the South China Sea, the question is China a threat to national security for the United States? Or is it just taking a sphere of influence from in the China Sea, just like we did, that is the Southern Chinese Sea, with the Monroe Doctrine in Latin America? So is what China is doing normal? The other question is what Russia is doing in the Ukraine normal, since, according to Mearsheimer, Russia feels threatened by the expansion of the European Union and NATO. So what it's doing is actually normal because the United States, to a certain degree, according to Mearsheimer, provoked it. And another question is, for national security, U.S. foreign policy, etc., was it a mistake to convince and to remove nuclear armaments and weaponry from the Ukraine? If the Ukraine had nuclear capability, Russia would never have been able to invade. Offensive realists say, yes, nuclear weapons are actually good because they can cause peace, because people are more reluctant to go to war. What do you think about all of this in the middle of Chinatown? So a number of questions. Is China a threat? For the offensive realists, yes, because China is expanding and the United States will take it also expands, and they'll end up basically clashing. Others say no. Economic liberalism says no, because both depend on each other economically in the world. So very interesting thing to be here in Chinatown right now, in the middle of San Francisco, to do a quick lecture, so they're not just boring lectures. Very, very interesting place. So I'm going to walk around, and I want to put my camera away. Although I'm sure Chinatown is very safe. So take care, everyone, and I'm really interested in your arguments on the rise of China, whether it's a threat to the United States national security, and Russian expansionism into the Ukraine, and should the Ukraine have nuclear weapons in order to stop such a thing. Take care, everyone.